And we start with breaking news tonight. A crash in the East Valley turns deadly. Take a look here. This is a live look at that intersection near Southern Avenue and Val Vista Drive. Mesa PD telling us it was a crash between a car and a motorcycle. You see the wreckage there. The motorcyclist was taken to the hospital, but unfortunately they didn't survive their injuries. We're told that intersection will be closed for a while as police continue to investigate what led up to the crash. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us for 12 News at 10 o'clock on this Saturday night. I'm Rachel Cole. Today, the Mesa community is mourning the life and loss of a longtime firefighter who died of occupational cancer just this past Monday. A memorial service was held earlier today for that firefighter. We have Troy Lynch live for us tonight on how he's being honored. Troy.
Yeah, Rachel, the Mesa Fire Chief saying that this is just a really solemn day, not only for the Mesa Fire Department, but for all fire departments around the valley, as so many people came together today to honor the life of Paul Shoup, who had such a big impact on so many people's lives, both inside and out of his career.
This is, of course, a very sad time for our organization, but what he brought to us and what he left us behind is a legacy we will always remember. We're all better people today for having known Paul Shoup.
Paul Shoup has been described as many things: a jack of all trades, a man with contagious positivity, and a remarkable storyteller. But today at Central Christian Church in Mesa, it was Paul's co-workers, friends, and family telling stories about him.
You know, I look at the pictures of Paul here, and I've never known him without a smile. Isn't that great? That's one of the greatest smiles I ever had in the experience of my life.
And while these stories make us laugh, they also remind us of exactly who Paul was. He was genuine, loyal, dedicated, and passionate.
Paul was a staple in the city of Mesa for decades, working as an engineer paramedic at the Mesa Fire Department for over 20 years and even teaching at Mesa Community College. Unfortunately, last week, Paul passed away at the age of 58 after a year-long battle with occupational brain cancer.
He gave the ultimate sacrifice with this career.
If we could have firefighters, and just in general, just the human public, to be able to be as strong as Paul was and as humble as Paul was, it'd be a perfect society. I really do believe that.
Paul leaves behind his wife Nancy, their 4 children, and grandchildren.
This is one small way we show the family and to Paul Shoup how much we care about him and how much he meant to this community.
So, of course, we are standing right in front of the Mesa Fallen Firefighters Memorial here in Mesa. You can see the 12 names of the fallen firefighters from the Mesa Fire Department behind me. Eventually, Paul Shoup's name will be the 13th. We're live here in Mesa. Troy Lynch, 12 News.
Troy, thank you. Our hearts are with his family tonight. We appreciate the latest. It's been just over a week since massive and deadly flooding swept through the towns of Globe and Miami. And earlier this morning, Governor Katie Hobbs headed to Gila County to get a firsthand look at the aftermath and the recovery efforts. Listen.
Yeah, this is incredible how much has already been cleaned up.
She went on to thank those on the ground helping with those recovery efforts and promised the state will continue supporting those impacted, including businesses without flood insurance. And now she says they're using this visit as a chance to look ahead for ways to prevent future tragedies.
Obviously, we knew the rains were coming. I don't think anyone expected it to be at the level it was and the devastation. So it's always an opportunity to look ahead at how we can do better to mitigate some of the impact.
The Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management also announced they're handing off recovery efforts to local officials starting tomorrow. Here in the Valley, a family mourning the loss of a man who died after trying to cross a flooded road in Scottsdale during last week's storms. Family members say 38-year-old Ander Polanco was out delivering food when his car got stuck. When emergency crews found his car submerged, he was nowhere to be found. Crews ended up finding his body the next morning after the water receded.
He was a good friend, a good father, a good husband. Whoever he could help, he helped. And well, the fact is, he died working for our future, for the future of his children.
The city of Scottsdale says it's currently working on flood mitigation efforts as well. A man who police say tried to kidnap a child in Tullison has been arrested. Officers say the incident happened near 87th Avenue in Van Buren last Monday. They say 35-year-old Christopher Leon, who you see there, pulled an 11-year-old girl's arm and tried to drag her away. The child was able to run free and get help. Earlier this morning, police arrested Leon near I-10 and Chandler Boulevard. They tell us he admitted to his involvement in that incident. He's been booked into the Maricopa County Jail and is facing charges of attempted kidnapping and aggravated assault. A man has died after he was found lying in the road. Phoenix police telling us 27-year-old Brian Richmond was found earlier this morning. This was near 35th Avenue in McDowell. Police say when they got to the scene, they found Richmond with at least one gunshot, and he died there at the scene. Homicide detectives are now investigating. If you know anything about the incident, you are asked to call Silent Witness at 480-WITNESS. And another man dead after a crash in Surprise. This happened near the Loop 303 and Saraval Avenue. Police believe the 70-year-old man suffered a medical emergency before crashing into another car. The other driver was taken to the hospital. The man's identity not yet being released. A brush fire breaks out in the Agua Fria Wash. This happened earlier this morning near Glendale Avenue. We're told that the Glendale Fire Department was able to put out the flames while police kept the roads closed in the area. No word on how that fire started. Tonight, we're hearing how a top fuel drag racing champion turned a personal tragedy into a life-saving mission. 12 News journalist Trisha Hendricks has the story of how he created a defensive driving program designed to improve driving skills and safety among teens.
When NHRA drag racing star Doug Herbert lost his two sons, John and James, in a tragic highway crash in 2008, his grief led to determination, inspiring a mission to help prevent other families from experiencing similar heartbreak.
I don't want any other parent to get this phone call. We're going to teach these teenagers how to be safer and better drivers.
Doug founded Brakes.
BRAKE stands for Be Responsible and Keep Everyone Safe.
Brendan Short is a driving instructor.
It's amazing.
The free defensive driving program designed for teenagers ages 15 to 19 is dedicated to preventing injuries and saving lives by training and educating teenage drivers and their parents about the importance of safe and responsible driving.
We have our car control recovery, which is our skid pad. We have our crash avoidance course, and we have our panic braking course.
Brakes has trained more than 150,000 teens and their parents to date.
There are studies that have been done at UNC Charlotte with Dr. Paul Friday, and they have shown that teens that take brakes are 64% less likely to be involved in a crash.
It means the world to be able to be part of this wonderful organization.
It's parents like Tiffany Aguirre who see an immense amount of value in a program like this.
My son Gabriel, he wasn't able to attend, and he tragically passed away in a car accident 2 years ago.
Tiffany lost her 17-year-old son in a crash.
His car veered off of the road, and at the speed he was going, he didn't know how to control it. He actually passed away before the class, so it's really special this time. My younger son got to go through, and it feels like a sense of relief now knowing that he is better equipped.
In fact, now Tiffany sponsors other teens in the program.
It's already saved a couple of kids that I know.
So teenagers like Dylan Tornquist out on the roadway can continue to improve their driving skills.
It makes you think about things that you wouldn't have thought beforehand.
So they can feel confident and safe behind the wheel.
Things happen all the time and you gotta be prepared for it, and this class definitely puts that more in your front mind.
Trisha Hendricks, 12 News.
Trisha, thank you. And they will be back in Phoenix in November and December if you have a teen or know one who would like to get involved.